Hello, we're going to have a look at this bed here because it's one that actually worked out well. We did a video a good while ago. We had big shrubs here and we took the shrubs out and we did a bit of messing around, and this is what we've ended up with. It's facing north, so it doesn't get a lot of sun, and it just has worked out really well. We have one mistake. It's this Japanese anemone. And a Japanese anemone can very easily be your enemy. I know from long and hard experience that if that's not got rid of, it will eventually, we will end up with just a bed of Japanese anemone. So that it's nice enough. But I already tried to get rid of it, and it's here, it's there. It runs at the root. It's very hard to control, so I know that has to be done. Unfortunately, it has to go. But other than that, that's our one problem. The reason it was put there is because they take the shade, and I was assured when I bought it it's an unusual variety that it wasn't invasive. But there you go. We have this lovely Japanese grass, and most grasses need the sun. But the Hakonechloas don't need the sun. They do very well in shade. They're deciduous. That one I think is called All Gold, and it particularly shines out in the shade. Highly recommended. It never looks untidy. We planted 6 plants, and they are sort of filling together, so you're not seeing, it won't look as regimented next year when they just form one mass, when they all grow in together. They run a little bit at the root. It's absolutely super. That's the main plant. See, behind we put the soft shield fern, Polystichum setiferum, and that's to give a bit of softness. Behind we have the Caucasian laurel, and that's just to deaden everything down, to have really dark background. It shows everything up. We have a yew hedge here. It's given its first cut this year, proper cut. And could do maybe with a little trim. You can see why yew is so good as a background. Now, the one problem when this bed was made first, we lashed a lot of stuff in a hurry, just to fill it, and we put these Aucubas, and because they're very light coloured, they shouldn't be at the back, but we've left them at the back. Normally, you should put the lighter colours to the front. Like here, like these ones here. But anyway, as a result, we put this Hydrangea hot chocolate, I think it's called, because that's dark against the light, and I think it's working. Problem with this hydrangea is it got hit with a late spring frost. It should be in full flower, but it isn't. But it is quite beautiful foliage wise. But if it wasn't, there's a little bit of what we should have got. It's a small little bit, but that's going to be good. And then we put a silver Brunnera, the Astilbe chinensis superba, which is a great ground covering Astilbe. It doesn't sell well in the garden centre because it doesn't present that well in a pot, and often the plants that are best in your garden, when you buy them in the garden centre, often the ones that they're not that interesting, a little bit boring, but when you plant a lot of them together, they come into their own, and that's a good example of that. Great filler implant. And we have this here for a bit of lightness and height, the Cornus alternifolia, Variegata, and here's the Geranium. Very good this year, absolutely super. It's related, very similar to Rosanne, same family, Wallicianum family, but it's called Sweet Heidy. Sweet Heidy. And I think it's actually better than Rosanne. It's not as strong and all over the place and robust, but it's a bit more controlled. And once again, it will do in full shade. And then we have rhododendrons and the rest of it, but I just really wanted to just concentrate on this little piece here. Occasionally you get something that works really well, and when you do that, the thing about a gardener is when you get something that works really well. You're not interested anymore because you can't do anything with it. So you want to always go on to the thing that isn't working, and which is up here. You probably take that out. It's just not needed anymore. It was put in when there was less stuff. It's an upright Amelanchier, but it's just not needed. We have enough stuff around, so that's going to come out. We have that lovely upright Sorbus, which is coming into its own. Really nice one. I think it's called Autumn Spire. And we'll finish the video on this and the mistake. They say doctors bury their mistakes, gardeners dig theirs up. It's the difference. You probably have to delete that bit. This hydrangea here, and it's not looking that well. And what do we do? Well, if we look along, we have a very similar hydrangea texturally wise beside it that's doing very well. I think it's Selina or Selma, and we have another one further on, which is one of the black stemmed hydrangeas further on. So we don't really need this. So we're going to take it out and we're going to replace it with something totally different. And before we finish this video, I meant to bring it out. I'll bring out what I'm going to replace it with. So anyway, that's our first video, starting with success and ending with not such success. Yeah, well, this is what I'm thinking of planting, because it's 3 of these instead of there's three of these hydrangeas in here. We actually might do it. We might do it today. In fact, you know, I don't know. We might do it today. It's a bit late for fuchsias well, this is a fuchsia. It's based on the very hardy fuchsia, so it'll certainly won't kill it. But if this had been put in June or July, it'd be up here now, you know. But this is, see, it's very different than the other shrubs, and it will highlight it better against this absolutely super actia. Look at that! Isn't it absolutely amazing? And I just think they're too bulky there, so this will be a bit lighter. And you know, I'm not feeling too bad today, so I think we might get the old pickaxe out and get stuck in. We'll do it off camera in case something goes wrong, okay? That'll do.